So, Beyoncé may run the world, but Atlanta just ran the internet into chaos. Because while Queen Bey was busy polishing Grammys, Tiny Harris was throwing a private wedding that turned into a brawl so wild it made love and hip-hop look like Sesame Street. Yes, you heard that right. Tiny said, "I do," and King Harris said, "Not today." Eyewitnesses claim the moment was straight out of a Tyler Perry script gone rogue. Tuxedos torn, champagne flying, and King yelling, "You're not my dad!" before allegedly swinging on the groom like it was a rap beef, not a wedding. And the best part? The guests just stood there, filming like they were auditioning for TMZ Live. It was supposed to be Tiny's fairy tale comeback, but instead, it became Atlanta's Royal Rumble, with the Harris family name trending faster than a Beyoncé drop. Now the question is, what really triggered King's meltdown? Jealousy? Family loyalty? Or secrets Beyoncé herself couldn't keep buried under a diamond-encrusted NDA? Because this wasn't a wedding. It was an exorcism of family drama, and we've got every shocking detail they tried to hide. Welcome to the scandal Beyoncé wishes she had the rights to. Let's get into it. Let's rewind to where this disaster in designer heels began. It was supposed to be the comeback moment for Tiny Harris. Quiet, classy, exclusive. The invites read family only, the dress code said heavenly white, and the location? A secret Atlanta mansion so exclusive that even the drones needed clearance. Guests arrived thinking they were walking into a fairy tale. But by the end of the night, it looked more like a deleted scene from Zeus Network, The Wedding Wars. Tiny, dripping in custom Balmain lace, looked like she was floating down the aisle. Everything was going smooth. The decor was flawless, the candles were soft, and T.I.'s absence was the only elephant in the room. You could feel the tension, though. Because behind every soft smile, people were whispering the same question. Where's King? And baby, they didn't have to wait long to find out. Halfway through the ceremony, just as the officiant said the words, "Speak now or forever hold your peace," King Harris decided to speak now, scream later, and swing immediately. Out of nowhere, the double doors flew open, and there he was. Designer shades, diamond chain, fury in his eyes, looking like he just walked off a mixtape cover. Tiny froze. The guests gasped. The groom looked like he'd just seen the ghost of T.I.'s temper. Witnesses say King stormed down the aisle shouting, "This ain't real. This man don't belong here." Security hesitated, because, well, this was family. But before anyone could stop him, King stepped right up to the groom and shoved him hard enough to knock champagne glasses over. The room exploded into chaos. Bridesmaids screamed, guests pulled out phones, and one aunt allegedly yelled, "Lord Jesus, not again!" Now, to anyone watching from the outside, it looked like King had lost his mind. But insiders say this meltdown was a long time coming. Let's get into the backstory. Because you can't understand this explosion without knowing the pressure cooker that's been building for years. See, ever since Tiny and T.I.'s marriage started to crumble publicly, King's been vocal about where his loyalty stands. And spoiler, it wasn't neutral. Every time rumors swirled about his parents separating, King took it personally. He's his father's son, loud, proud, and allergic to disrespect. So when news broke that Tiny had been seen with a mystery man at multiple Atlanta events, King was not feeling it. At first, everyone assumed the man was just another business partner. But insiders close to Tiny confirmed it was deeper than that. This man was the new chapter Tiny didn't want to announce yet. Quiet, older, financially secure, and very not T.I. Rumors say she'd been dating him secretly for nearly a year, planning the ceremony in silence to avoid a PR circus. Well, mission failed. King reportedly found out through social media breadcrumbs, a private post that one of Tiny's friends accidentally shared. You already know the Harris family can't sneeze without someone going live about it. Within days, King was ranting on Snapchat, dropping cryptic lines like loyalty over everything, and some people forget who held it down. Fans thought he was talking about music. Nope, he was talking about Mama's Man. When Tiny tried to reach out, King allegedly ignored her calls. Family insiders say he even told friends, "She's rewriting history. You can't just replace Pops like that." So when the big day came and King realized he wasn't invited, boom, the switch flipped. Back at the wedding, after King's outburst went viral, guests started leaking whispers faster than the champagne could dry. Some claimed King's words weren't random. He was airing real family secrets in front of everyone. Allegedly, he shouted things like, You think I don't know what really happened? And you lied to all these people. You could have heard a pin drop between the screams. Tiny's new groom tried to calm him down, saying something like, "Son, I respect your feelings." But before he could finish, King allegedly swung at him. Security finally stepped in, but it was too late. The wedding was officially over. Within hours, the internet did what it does best: turn pain into content. The clip, barely 10 seconds long, showed King being pulled away while Tiny cried, shouting, "Stop!" Not today. And just like that, a private wedding turned into a viral headline. King Harris crashes mom's secret wedding, attacks groom. The Shade Room posted it before the reception even started. Hollywood Unlocked followed with an exclusive claiming the groom was pressing charges. Meanwhile, fans on X, Twitter for dramatic people, started trending Hasha Pray for Tiny and Hasha King Gone King simultaneously. One fan wrote, "Tiny's wedding got more plot twists than Beyoncé's visual albums." Another said, "At this point, T.I. needs to start charging the family for reality TV royalties." But the wildest reaction came from those who swore the wedding was never meant to stay private. They pointed out that Tiny's secret ceremony had a suspiciously professional decor team, a full band, and, wait for it, multiple cameras. That's right. Word on the street is this wedding was being quietly filmed for a future TV project. Let that sink in. If that's true, then the entire Harris family drama might have just been captured in 4K. Imagine trying to air a heartwarming love story and accidentally filming your son tackling the groom instead of catching the bouquet. That's not reality TV, that's reality trauma. Of course, Tiny's team denied it, saying the cameras were for personal memories, but people aren't buying it. Because when you've spent half your life on VH1, everything looks like a spin-off waiting to happen. Meanwhile, King's silence after the wedding only made things worse. No apology, no statement, just vibes. And those vibes were chaotic. His social media stories were full of quotes like, "I said what I said," and "Don't play with my family." By the next morning, every blog had dissected the footage frame by frame. Some swore they saw T.I. in the corner of the room shaking his head. Others claimed Tiny fainted after King was escorted out. One site even said T.I. allegedly confronted the groom later that night, though no one knows if that's true or just internet mythology at this point. Either way, one thing was clear: this wasn't just a bad wedding. It was the implosion of Atlanta's first family of fame. But if you thought King Harris was going to stop there, think again. Because the next move he made would take this drama from viral gossip to career-ending territory. Let's just say, the next 48 hours turned the internet into an emotional riot. And no one, not Tiny, not T.I., not even Beyoncé, could contain it. The next morning, Atlanta woke up like it had survived a hurricane made of diamonds and drama. Every phone screen was flooded with the same headline: King Harris exposes the groom. Tiny's wedding chaos goes global. Clips, tweets, theories, everywhere. TikTok creators were uploading full reenactments before breakfast, complete with wigs, fake microphones, and the caption, "Based on a true story nobody asked for." It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was a cultural event. Even celebrities couldn't resist jumping in. Boosie Badazz went live with his morning coffee saying, "That boy King Gone have to sit down somewhere. He treating weddings like rat beefs." His chat exploded with laughing emojis. Then Shekinah Joe, Tiny's longtime friend and part-time chaos magnet, jumped online crying, literally crying, saying, I told her not to do this without King there. That boy love his mama? Y'all don't understand." But the internet didn't care about understanding. It wanted popcorn, the memes, ruthless. One viral post showed King standing over the groom with the caption, "King Harris at the family reunion like, who invited him?" Another had Tiny in her wedding gown with the words, "When you say I do and your son says you don't." The situation had gone from heartbreaking to hilarious in record time. And while fans laughed, the Harris family went silent. Total lockdown. No Instagram posts. No stories, no tweets. But you know how the internet works. Silence only adds fuel. Because when the famous stop talking, the blogs start screaming. Insiders began leaking details faster than the champagne ran out that night. One claimed that King had been texting Tiny non-stop before the wedding, begging her not to go through with it. Another source swore that King tried to talk to the groom days before the ceremony, but was shut out completely. Then came the bombshell. Apparently, the groom was a man Tiny had been quietly seeing during one of her separations from T.I. years ago. years ago, meaning this wasn't just new love, this was unfinished business. A storyline straight out of a Shonda Rhimes script, except nobody yelled cut. That revelation hit social media like lightning. Suddenly, King's outburst didn't look so random anymore. It looked personal. Fans started defending him. One viral comment read, "Y'all laughing, but imagine seeing your mama marry the same dude she told you to forget years ago." I'd swing too. Still, others dragged him for filth. He's grown enough to rap about the streets, but not grown enough to sit quietly at a wedding? Another user posted, "The debate split the internet straight down the middle. Shast Team King versus Toss Team Tiny. And when two hashtags go to war, you know the blogs are cashing checks, Hollywood." Unlocked dropped a breaking report claiming T.I. had called King privately after the wedding and told him to fall back before things get worse. A source said T.I. was angry but low-key proud that his son stood on business. That quote alone sparked chaos. People were debating if standing on business still counts when it ruins your mama's wedding. But the twist no one saw coming? Allegedly, someone inside the wedding leaked audio. Yes, a voice recording supposedly from a mic near the altar surfaced online. In it, you can hear shouting, a loud crash, and Tiny's voice crying, "King, please!" Followed by King shouting something that sounds like, "You think this man love you?" That single clip reignited the internet like a match to gasoline. Podcasts, gossip panels, YouTube commentators, everyone was analyzing the audio like it was the Zapruder film. Was that Tiny? Did King hit the groom or just push him? Was T.I. there? The speculation was endless. Even mainstream outlets picked it up. TMZ posted an article titled "Tiny's Private Wedding Turns Public Disaster" with the subheading "Family Meltdown Sparks Internet." Frenzy. They even compared it to the infamous Solange versus Jay-Z elevator fight. Except this time, it wasn't an elevator. It was a wedding aisle. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's name kept getting dragged into the mix because of the title comparisons. Beyoncé who? Became the sarcastic tagline for every meme. Fans joked, "Not Tiny trending harder than Beyoncé after a fight at her own wedding." One tweet said, "Beyoncé might be flawless, but Tiny gave us content." The situation had officially evolved from family drama into pop culture history. And then, when things couldn't get any more chaotic, King decided to go live. Again. This time, he wasn't yelling. He wasn't angry. He was calm, which somehow made it worse. Sitting in his car, looking straight into the camera, he said, "Y'all can talk all you want, but I know what I saw. Ain't no man gonna disrespect my mama in front of me. If y'all knew what I knew, you'd understand." Boom. That one sentence detonated another wave of speculation. What did he see? What was the groom hiding? Is there more footage? You could practically hear the collective typing of conspiracy theorists across the internet. Suddenly, everyone was a detective. Some claimed the groom had a shady past. Others whispered that he had ties to someone from Tiny's earlier scandals. One wild theory even claimed the groom was working on a tell-all project about the Harris family. Whether true or not, it didn't matter. The gossip snowballed faster than anyone could stop it. And as King's Live racked up millions of views, people started noticing something else. T.I. was still dead silent. For a man who can't go 24 hours without sharing motivational quotes or clips from his podcast, the silence was deafening. Fans started asking, "Where's Tip? Is he defending Tiny or King? Did he even know about the wedding?" Theories were flying faster than Uber Eats orders at midnight. Some claimed T.I. didn't attend because he wasn't invited. Others said he refused out of respect. One messy post suggested that he found out the same day King did, through a leak. If true, that means Tiny's secret ceremony was a ticking time bomb from the jump. By now, everyone was posting their takes like unpaid journalists. Pop culture pages started calling it the Harris family civil war. Others joked that it was Atlanta's version of Succession. But behind the memes, this was real emotional carnage. Tiny, according to insiders, broke down after the incident, not just because of the embarrassment, but because of what King shouted before swinging. He said something that cut deep, one guest revealed. It wasn't about her moving on. It was about her loyalty. He said, "You forgot who had your back when the world didn't." That line hit the internet like a quote from a soap opera. It became a trending sound on TikTok overnight. People lip-syncing it over clips of breakups, family fights, even movie scenes. King's pain had gone viral, literally. Meanwhile, the groom? Gone. Deactivated socials, disappeared from public view, reportedly canceled all media bookings. Some say he's furious, others say he's scared. But that silence made everyone even hungrier for answers. And just when fans thought this couldn't get any messier, new whispers began to surface. Whispers that the Harris family wasn't the only one involved in the chaos that night. Apparently, someone else famous was there, and what they saw might just change everything. Because this wasn't just about King's rage, it was about what triggered it moments before he stormed in. And according to the newest leaks, the truth might be worse than anyone imagined. When the dust finally started to settle, the internet thought the chaos was over. But oh no, this story had more twists than a Drake subliminal. What really set King off wasn't just the wedding, the groom, or the ceremony. It was what happened minutes before he crashed through those doors. According to multiple eyewitnesses, someone at the wedding whispered something to King that flipped the entire script. A close family friend allegedly showed him a message, a screenshot of a private group chat between the groom and one of Tiny's business associates. In it, the groom reportedly joked about finally taking T.I.'s place for real. Yeah, you read that right. That single line was like lighter fluid on gasoline. Within seconds, King went from mad son to headline of the decade. Now imagine your mom's new man laughing about replacing your dad. In public, at her wedding, with cameras rolling. Of course, King snapped. That's not immaturity. That's generational trauma in Gucci shoes. Once this alleged screenshot leaked online, the internet lost it. People were divided all over again. King was right. Became a battle cry. Others still accused him of attention-seeking, saying, "You can't fight your mom's happiness just because your ego's bruised." But those leaked texts changed everything. The narrative had shifted. This wasn't a spoiled kid anymore. It was a family feud turned Shakespearean tragedy. Meanwhile, Tiny's silence became deafening. No denial, no confirmation. Just quiet. The kind of quiet that screams. Then, just when fans thought she was about to make her comeback post, T.I. broke his silence first. He uploaded a black and white photo, himself sitting on a porch, head down, cigar in hand. Caption: "Real ones protect the bloodline, not the headlines." The comment section exploded. Some saw it as a message to King, others thought it was aimed at Tiny. Everyone was dissecting the quote like it was an unsolved riddle. One fan commented, "He's talking to both of them. He's hurt and proud at the same time." But T.I.'s post did something else. It reignited the, "Was this whole thing planned?" theory. Here's the new rumor. The entire wedding, down to the floral arrangements, was part of a soft launch reality project called Tiny's New Chapter. Insiders claimed the ceremony was supposed to be filmed for a docuseries about Tiny's journey to self-love. If true, that means King's meltdown wasn't just a family scandal. It was caught on multiple professional cameras. Imagine thinking you're shooting an inspirational finale and ending up with a viral family feud that could break the internet. Some sources even said producers were thrilled, calling it raw, emotional, and real. Others said Tiny was furious, threatening to pull the plug. Whatever the truth, if that footage exists, it's probably locked up tighter than Beyoncé's unreleased archives. But the plot thickened when whispers surfaced that the groom himself was allegedly using the controversy to negotiate a tell-all interview deal. Multiple outlets claimed he'd been offered a hefty paycheck to share his side of the story. One blog leaked that his PR team reached out to several talk shows, teasing the truth about the Harris wedding and from the man in the crossfire. The internet instantly dragged him. "Sir, you got tackled at the altar, not married to fame." Still, he stayed quiet. No interviews, no posts, no comments, just silence. Which of course made things worse. Because in the digital age, silence, cider, guilt. Tiny, meanwhile, was reportedly devastated. Close friends told media outlets she felt betrayed by everyone. King for the outburst, the groom for the embarrassment, and the media for feasting on her heartbreak. Some say she left Atlanta for a few days, hiding out with her daughter Zonique in LA, trying to avoid the cameras. But while Tiny was hiding, King was doubling down. He posted another cryptic message. "You can't rewrite the truth just because it's inconvenient." That line alone reignited all the speculation. Some fans even claimed King was preparing to drop music inspired by the drama. A screenshot of a song snippet allegedly titled "At the Altar" started circulating on TikTok, where he raps, "I seen fake love in a white dress, tried to pray, but I fight best." Whether real or fan-made, it went viral instantly because the internet loves poetry born from pain. Because the internet loves poetry born from pain. By this point, the scandal wasn't just dominating gossip blogs. It had officially crossed into mainstream entertainment. Talk shows were debating family boundaries and fame. Psychologists were giving interviews about celebrity, parent trauma, and fans were drawing comparisons to everything from Kanye versus the Kardashians to Britney Spears versus her father, even Charlemagne. The God weighed in on The Breakfast Club, saying, "That boy King got more emotional range than half these rappers out here." But Tiny should have known, you can't invite cameras to peace. And he wasn't wrong. The Harris family's brand, once built on the family hustle, was now imploding under the same spotlight that made them famous. What used to be entertainment had become emotional warfare, broadcasted in 4K. By the end of the week, Pray for Tiny was replaced with Pray for Peace. But peace isn't exactly trending material. Because when the internet smells blood, especially celebrity blood, it doesn't stop scrolling. The last straw? An anonymous source claiming to be part of the wedding staff came forward, alleging that someone from the guest list intentionally leaked the footage to TMZ. The motive? Money and revenge. Apparently, one of Tiny's old industry friends had been iced out of her inner circle, and when the wedding invite didn't arrive, they decided to share the love with the public. If true, that means this wasn't just a random viral moment. It was a premeditated takedown, a wedding turned war zone, a family torn apart, a groom in hiding, a son standing on loyalty, a mother caught between love and legacy. And as wild as it all sounds, the craziest part is this. The story's not over, because word on the street says producers are fighting to buy the unreleased wedding footage, not to bury it, but to release it. That means soon enough we might actually see the moment King Harris stormed down that aisle, live and unfiltered, and when that footage drops, oh, it's not just going viral, it's going down in reality TV history. Because in the Harris family, peace isn't a lifestyle. It's an intermission between scandals. And as for Tiny? Well, one insider said it best, she's done crying. She's about to cash out, because in 2025, pain doesn't end careers and it builds empires. And in Atlanta's royal family, the crown doesn't break, it just passes hands. And there you have it. Tiny's secret wedding that out-drama'd every Beyoncé rollout, Love and Hip Hop reunion, and Real Housewives finale combined. What was supposed to be a quiet new beginning ended up as Atlanta's own royal disaster, complete with flying fists, family tears, and a groom who might never show his face again. But that's the thing about the Harris family. They don't do normal. They do viral. Whether it's King standing on family business or Tiny trying to build peace in stilettos, one thing's clear. This wasn't just a wedding. It was an episode the world wasn't supposed to see. Now the question is, who do you believe? Was King a protective son defending the family name, or a reckless heir hijacking his mama's happiness? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're diving into every messy theory, every unseen clip, and every unposted reaction. And while you're here, smash that like button like King smashed that champagne glass, hit subscribe before TMZ buys the footage, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next scandal that Hollywood accidentally leaks. Because here at Trend Tattle, we don't sip tea, we bathe in it. Every week, we bring you the secrets they swear were deleted, the feuds they pretend are fixed, and the chaos they can't keep off camera. This was Trend Tattle, your one-way ticket to the unfiltered truth behind the glitter. Remember, weddings fade, scandals stream forever, and in this town, peace is just the pause before the next post. Stay loud, stay messy, and never forget, in the world of fame, even love needs security detail.